What's the deal, my people? You know, this is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is with the highly anticipated Game of Thrones prequel, House of the Dragon, fastly approaching in this new video series. And in this video, I'm going to give you 5 things you need to know before you watch this show. What up to all my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best, the Don Tony Teflon. If you can, please subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a brand new video. Now, the term Dragonseeds does sound like it's something special, but in all honesty, born of dragon seed or seeds is a term to describe bastards of House Targaryen as well as House Valyrian. And this came from the custom of the Lord's right to the first night, which means that if you get married under this, you know, the Lord has the right to have the first night with your wife. Now, that wouldn't fly with me, and it didn't fly too well in the Seven Kingdoms, but on Dragonstone, where the Targaryens had ruled for centuries, because the common folk viewed their beauty of the foreign people who ruled them almost as gods. When the Lord of Dragonstone took his rights, according to the first night custom, the brides were seen as blessed, and the children born of such unions were often lavished with gifts by their father. And this is truly where the term comes from, because these bastards, well, let's call them what they truly are. It's because they have purple eyes. Doesn't mean they're not bastards. But these bastards were then known as Dragon Seed, and in time became known strictly as Seeds. So even though King Jaehaerys I Targaryen did shut this whole practice down on Dragonstone, they kept doing the do. You understand what I'm saying? They were sleeping with innkeeps' wives, fishermen's wives, any of the small folk that would still take them, they would do it. Why? Because they were lavish with gifts. And they believed that these Targaryens were godlike and their beauty was unmatched. So they wanted their kids to have this beauty and to also have some gifts. One of the most famous and best known dragon seeds of all time is Orys Baratheon, and we get that from this quote. "Dragon seeds, they call them," Jaehaerys said with obvious reluctance. "It is not a thing to boast of, but it has happened, mayhaps more often than we would care to admit. Such children were cherished, though. Orys Baratheon himself was a dragon seed, a bastard brother to our grandsire. Whether he was conceived of a first night, I cannot say, but Lord Aerion was his father. That was well known, and gifts were given." Now, before this, all we could do was speculate that Orys Baratheon was a dragon seed, but it's through these words of the king himself that we now know for a fact, 100%, that Orys Baratheon was a dragon seed. So when Aegon the Conqueror came and conquered Westeros, he had a dragon seed at his side. Now, throughout the community, there are a lot of people who speculate who they believe the dragon seeds are in the Game of Thrones story right now. A lot of people say Brown Ben Plum could be a dragon seed, but the ones I'm going to focus on are the ones that we're going to see in House of the Dragon during the Dance of Dragons. Now, during this time, Prince Jaehaerys Valyrian realized that his mother Rhaenyra Targaryen's faction, the Blacks, had many dragons, but not that many dragon riders. Now, since they won Dragonstone, they believed that many dragon seeds existed, because you have to have Targaryen blood to ride a dragon. Now, people will say Valyrian blood, but not all Valyrians were dragon riders. It was only a few families. So the one family that were dragon riders that survived the doom of Valyria were the Targaryens. So you have to have Targaryen blood, the only bloodline we know that dragons bend the knee to. So he offered lands, riches, knighthoods, anything to get people to go out there and try to master a dragon. This was their reward if they were able to do so. Now, this offer was so generous that it gained attention by other people who weren't dragon seeds, because they wanted the riches themselves to say, hey, why not give it a shot? Now, most people who went out there and tried to tame a dragon, they were killed, eaten by a dragon, or burned alive. Now, the ones who did pull this off, we have no idea if they truly are dragon seed. There was no Maury Povich back then, so we don't know for sure, but somehow, some way, they did pull it off, and these successful base-born dragon riders from here on out were referred to as Dragonseeds for the remainder of the war and within all historical records that were kept from that time. And these named Dragonseeds go as the following: Hugh Hammer, a blacksmith's bastard, bonded with the dragon Vermithor. Ulf the White, a man-at-arms, who bonded with the dragon Silverwing. Adam of Hull, who bonded with the dragon Seasmoke, and for doing so, he was legitimized as Adam Valerion and made heir to Driftmark. Then there was Alan of Hull, the younger brother of Adam of Hull. Now he was unable to find the dragon Grey Ghost, and he was rejected by another dragon, Sheepstealer, but he was also legitimized as Alan Valerion, despite the fact he wasn't able to bond with a dragon. Now another dragon rider who doesn't seem to have Targaryen blood but still was known as a seed was Nettles, who bonded with the dragon Sheepstealer. Now she did so by feeding it sheep every morning until the dragon liked her and allowed her to mount it. Now not all of these known dragon seeds were successful at bagging themselves a dragon. Most notably would be the one known as Silver Denys. Now he looked the part, he had the silver hair, he had the purple eyes, and he claimed that he was the son of King Maegor the First Targaryen. Now even though he looked the part, when he went after Sheepstealer, he had his arm torn off. And when him and his sons tried to bandage his wound, another dragon known as the Cannibal swooped in and ate them all. So since he had the look, most likely he did have Valyrian blood in him. But it doesn't take Valyrian blood to tame a dragon, it takes Targaryen blood to ride a dragon. Now in the beginning, these dragon riders were very helpful in Rhaenyra's quest to take the Iron Throne. But just like all of George R. R. Martin, the Song of Ice and Fire series books, we know that there's going to be betrayal. And this indeed happens after the fall of King's Landing, helping to prove the claim that bastards are untrustworthy. Prince Daemon Targaryen suggests that Hugh be wed to the daughter of the late Lord Rosby, but Rhaenyra declines this offer. The queen then instead grants him a knighthood along with a man named Ulf the White. Later on, Daemon Targaryen suggests that House Baratheon and Lannister should be destroyed for the support of the Greens. He proposes giving Casterly Rock to Hugh, but after Lord Corlys Velaryon opposes this idea, Rhaenyra refuses this suggestion. So when Ulf and Hugh were sent to help the blacks defend the town of Tumbleton from the approaching High Towers, Ulf and Hugh turn their cloaks, joining the side of the Greens, and after this they are known as the Two Betrayers. Now I won't tell you what happens to them after they do this betrayal because I don't want to spoil the series for you, but I will say that Queen Rhaenyra at that time called her council and believed that no other dragon seeds could be trusted in order for all of them to be arrested. But in the case of Nettles, she didn't just want her arrested, she also wanted her executed because she was sleeping with Prince Daemon. I will not tell you exactly how all that plays out. You'll have to watch the show to see. So out of all these dragon riders, I am truly hoping that Nettles gets her due in this show. And I 100% that they're going to do her justice because her plot point is the best out of all of them. I truly wish I can go into more, and there is so much more to talk about, but I do not want to be that guy who spoils House of the Dragon for you. That's not going to be me. Other people may do that, put that out there for you, and then what's the sense of watching the series, right? Learn about it yourself. It's going to be a great series, and if you truly want to know, I'll make a spoiler-full video about all the events of the Dance of Dragons. Let me know in the comment section what dragon seed you're looking forward to seeing, and if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up the video, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.